We're here with Brockett Parsons, keyboard player for Lady Gaga, and his instrument, the PianoArc. A genuine circular keyboard, plays all the way around, multiple sounds in multiple zones. There's also a set of keys that send control messages. And with some of the gentlemen that Brockett knows who are responsible for the PianoArc, we have Dave Starkey of QRS Systems, Chuck Johnson, who, Brockett, you said you knew him in college, and
he put the whole team together,
kind of brought the team together.
Project manager, and Richard Fell, Steinway technician.
Yes.
And you cut the keys on it and worked on the entire action.
Yes.
So Brockett is going to tell us a little bit about how the concept for the PianoArc came together. I mean, we've seen this. You see things like this in sci-fi movies and even cartoons, the idea of a circular keyboard being something that's, from the future.
Sure.
And given that Lady Gaga's show has so many very important and very huge visual elements to it, sure, I could see this being right at home on her stage. But from your point of view, why a circular keyboard?
Well, I wanted to make my stage rig in some way just be incredibly impressive in terms of performance. Because you're right, I mean, I believe I worked for one of the greatest performers of all time, ever. And I was just really inspired to try to make some sort of performance statement just by the people that I'm surrounded by. So just really inspiring. So when I was talking to the guitar player, who always has amazing guitars, and Kareem Devlin, who is super impressive in terms of his performance, I said, "Hey man, I've never been that guy who's had like some great looking keyboards or anything. Like, what can I really do to be different and stand out from everyone else?" And he said,
"This is it.
Hey man, just make your keyboard like a circle. Just have it go around you like this. You could do all kinds of stuff with it." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you could do that." It's like, don't even go to a big company, man. Just get some mad scientists to make it on their own. And that's what I did.
You can hear the mad scientists.
Number 1, 2, and 3.
All right.
So,
would you be willing to step inside and show us a little bit about how it works?
Absolutely. So
we have zones. Right? We have 3 zones.
Yeah, it's 3 actual separate keyboards that come apart. Each one has its own, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, its own USB input, and its own pitch bend, and its own sustain pedal jack. So it's essentially like having 3 88-note controllers around you. So I can actually see where the breakoff point is here, although from afar you can't really see it too much. It's,
right,
it's just good enough for me to like not have to mark it at all. It's actually pretty simple.
Yeah.
So right now we have it set up. We have a Rhodes in the center. Just a. We have a bass on the side. Do whatever. And then in this zone, which is another 88-note keyboard, we have a lead synth sound. So, not only is it cool musically because you have essentially 3 keyboards around you and you can map that out any way that you want, but just imagine the visual possibilities that you have in terms of performance and statements that, man, why should the guitar players have all the fun? Let's our keyboard players get,
Well, that was the philosophy behind the keytar, but this is way cooler than the keytar. Now, aside from showmanship, is there an ergonomic benefit to it? Because it seems like, I saw you playing before, and it seems like certain things are very fluid, and might even be more so than playing, say, a 3-tiered keyboard rig in a stand.
Well, that's right. I guess the obvious statement is, well, you could just get 3 keyboards and play. It might not look as cool, but you could accomplish the same thing. I actually do think that this is, in a way, easier in some ways, because it's just right around you. Everything is connected. And the more that I'm actually playing it, I do feel like I kind of like I'm really starting to feel the soul of it to some extent. It's like there's something about just having just one piece with all these sounds and possibilities that I just feel it's like an endless, just like there's an endless potential of what you could do. I've only topped the surface, and I'm going to dig into it even more.
Especially with controller keys, so you can send program changes to each of the zones.
Absolutely, and we're going to get way more complicated with that. You know, and just stuff like just.
I imagine you could even within one of the segments, you could do a split. If you're running something like main stage, you can do whatever you want on the receiving end.
Anyway, and Chuck's been pretty good at figuring that out.
Program change under any key.
Yep.
No problem.
Yeah, so I mean, just little stuff like, you know, you want to have some loops, you want to play DJ style. And the way that Chuck has set it up is that when you hit these loops right here, you have to hold it down for the loop to play. In this octave, you don't have to hold it down, so you can just be like, and let it go. So you can have all kinds of DJ type variations. You're not stuck to it. You hit it again, it goes off. So if you want to play and have a loop at the same time, like a DJ, then this, you know, then you can like let it go and just play it at the same time. I mean, play it all at once. We have a bass sound over here, so. I'm from New Jersey, and I spent a lot of time in Newark doing underground house music sessions, where it's just like you just vibe out. It's like you just like turn the lights down low, and you just groove on that. And you just get into the zone. But you can really get into the zone here. You can move around. For all you keyboard players that want to like really perform what you're doing, you don't have to be stagnant anymore. Actually join the party. Kicking little strings. Why should guitar players, you know, love? Who needs a guitar?
sounded like Hendrix playing behind his back. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting kind of silly now, but that's just like, you know, you can like, we really dig into it. We could do some crazy stuff.
There's something going on, but there's something going on. There is showmanship going on, but there's something beyond that going on with the physical relationship of body to finger movement on the keys that you don't get with. I can see it in how you play it. I can see it in the groove you're holding down. You don't get it with a stack of 3 or 4 conventional synthesizers. And it's you know, I think there could really be inspirational and performance benefits to this outside of just looking cool.
I hope so. You know, we could even do like, you know, I'm trying to think. Music is really deep. It means a lot of different things for a lot of different people, and you know, I'm really glad that these guys were willing to come along board and do this. We're crazy. There's really no reason to do this. This wasn't done to make money. Obviously, this is something so crazy. We just felt that we wanted to do something that was cool. So we did this because it's cool. And we'll see what happens. And
you're here at the NAMM show with it. Maybe enough people will see it that producing them in more quantity might even become a thing. You know?
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see. But we're glad to be here, though, and give the world something cool.
Well, this is very cool. I'll tell you, the camera loves it. It's in terms of filming someone doing a keyboard demo, this is one of my favorite ones that I've ever filmed, and I do a lot of them here. So, okay. This is the PianoArc and Brockett Parsons of Lady Gaga and the PianoArc crew, QRS. Thanks very much for the sneak peek.
Oh, Stephen, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
NAMM 2014. Keep watching at keyboardmag.com.